It's very, very painful to accept. It's very horrible to admit. Especially when you're the good guy who's considered boring, a loser, a nerd, a geek, whatever, call them what you will. And these outcasts, the incels, have to go through so much crap by women that are stuck up. Hello everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. And I want to make very good points on this video. Something that would actually pretty much, wake people up for those who doesn't actually believe this. I have done already a few videos, I forgot how many so far, on the whole thing on the stuck-up women, the Stacys, the Chads, the alpha male, and the incels, the loser type people, and what they actually go through, the pain that they go through. I think I made a very good point on my last video. Now, going back to some subjects on the Stacys, which I want to make very, very clear. I want to make it very, very clear. When it comes to the ones that are very conceited, because they have the power of influence. They could actually, their value. They think they're high value, and of course, for the most part, they are, because they're attractive. They're incredibly attractive. But they don't necessarily have to be mean. But that's just how they are. And it's because of nature. They're naturally born to be that way. And what makes it even worse is when they get influenced by their parents, especially their mothers, who are pretty much the same way, and they pass it on to their daughters. And when she grows up into an adult, and a lot of guys chase after her, and then she only goes for the best looking, the most successful, the most popular guy in high school, and then in college, and then in the workplace when they're an adult. And some of them, even if they get treated badly, they're still with them. Now, one very, very thing that really gets me upset, but at the same time is, I'm pretty much over it. But one example of a very conceited young woman, especially in her 20s, in her early 20s, 21, 22, 23 years old, 24, around there. How when they're so full of themselves, here's one perfect example of what I mean.
Of isolationist slayer crap.
And he comes out swinging.
There's a whole world out there that you don't even know about. And a lot of the men in it are pretty decent guys. They'd surprise you.
Guy looks at me, let's just say his priorities shift.
Why? Because you're so hot?
It's what it is, yeah.
Oh, please. I am so much prettier than you are. Oh, and for the record.
Now, that is something that I noticed from a lot of young ladies from the workplace when I used to work at this casino. And these women that are about 22, 23, 24 years old, in their mid 20s. And some of them that are already in, like this one lady that I know in her late 20s. When I met her, she was 26 years old, and then for about, oh my God, 1999, 2000, for about 4 years. The last time I saw her, she was 30 years old, and I was so attracted to her. And she was nice enough to me. I mean, we talked and everything like that. But she wanted to keep it in the friend zone. And I had this feeling that she didn't like me, in that way. And she was very beautiful. And the whole thing, everything about her. And one time when I saw a friend of mine who was a security guard with her, she was putting away some stuff from the blackjack table. I quickly waved hi to them and then left. About the next day, when I talked to this security guard friend of mine, and I brought her name up, and he was like, "Dude, I don't know about that chick, man. I mean, don't even bother wasting your time with her. She's fucking stuck up. She thinks she's all that. She's into money, and she says, according to her, she only likes beautiful people. So and she sarcastically said that because I was teasing her about some guy that liked her, and I was teasing her about this other guy that I know and stuff like that, and I guess I kind of pissed her off, and then she sarcastically said that, and then she said about the type of guys that she likes, and the way he described it was more like a Chad, the popular type of successful, confident, good-looking, pretty boy. And I'm saying, and when he was explaining that to me, and he looked at me and says, "So what does that mean?" I mean, she's shallow, exactly, and she thinks she's it. One day that girl's gonna have a reality check one day. And he didn't hold back. He just told me exactly how he felt. And she was about 28 years old when he told me this, and this is like after knowing her for 2 years, and he just pretty much told me. So it kind of made me feel a little bit better that the problem wasn't me, it was her. And then after I got fired from that place, and then I'm not going to get into that. I haven't seen her in about 5 years. And then I was in the post office, and then when I finally did see her, pardon me, she was coming out of her car, and I noticed that she gained weight. She gained about maybe 40 pounds or something like that, I don't know. And she was still attractive, but except she was a little chunky. And again, just like that other example about that other girl that I had a crush on when I used to work at Yonkers at Southridge Mall. When I saw her and she came in to get something from the post office or whatever, she was in line, and then she actually was two people behind me, so I decided to let the other two pass, and I went up to her and I said hello, and right away she smiled and said, "Oh, hi," and she gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek. She never did that to me. She never did that to me when she was skinnier and more beautiful and very hot and I'm too good for you kind of attitude. And she was half Asian, Vietnamese, and half white. So you could tell she's a little bit Asian, but a little bit. And I still told her that she was beautiful. I mean, and she smiled and she says, "Oh, I'm whatever." But she was so nice to me, only because she had to be. She gained weight. Her actual values of started to go down a little bit. Her choice of what kind of guys she wanted. There's no way that any good-looking, popular guy is always gonna find her attractive, because of the fact that she gained weight. But to me, I still thought she was beautiful. And we actually talked for a while we were in line. And then, of course, I was the first one to go and buy some stamps. That's what I went there for. And then she bought what she needed to buy. And I got a ride home. It's amazing how some people could change when they have a reality check. And I don't know if she was nice to me because she felt guilty of being aloof, even though she didn't exactly give me the cold shoulder, or she did give me the brush off, but not in a very, very rude way. She did talk to me, but I could just tell that her respect was limited. And whenever I started to flirt with her, she would laugh, but I could just tell she felt a little bit uncomfortable. And I tried to be funny, and there was times where I made her laugh. And there was times we would have conversations, but there was also times where she just completely ignored me. And now that after she gained weight, she acted like I was, a friend that she hadn't seen in years, that she was very close to and stuff like that, and she treated me like a fucking equal. I mean, what else besides what I just said? Why did she even do that? And of course, I didn't bother to ask her out. I was kind of like, I don't know. Part of it was anger. Maybe it was stupid not to even try, but I don't know. I don't know what else to make of it. So, if there's anyone that could actually relate to something like this, please let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.